And she bowed and gave birth, for her pains came upon her. And about the time of her death, she named the child Ishkabab, saying, "The glory has departed from Israel, because the ark of God had been captured, and because of her father-in-law and husband." It is Saturday, the 25th day of March, 2023. My name is Clive Walsh, and I invite you to join me for the reading of our devotional thought for today. And today's devotional thought is entitled, His Glory, Our Concern. And the verses today, 1 Samuel chapter 4, verses 19, 20, and 21. And they read, "And she bowed and gave birth, for her pains came upon her. And about the time of her death, she named the child Ishkabab, saying, "The glory has departed from Israel, because the ark of God had been captured, and because of her father-in-law and husband." 1 Samuel chapter 4, verses 19 through 21. Do you ever see someone in passing, perhaps on the bus or in a store, and find yourself struck by the thought that there's a whole life wrapped up in that person? Hopes, dreams, sadness, regrets? Phinehas's wife, we don't even know her name, is someone who may cause us to wonder, what had her life been like? Presumably, there would have been great joy and celebration at the woman's wedding. After all, she was marrying a priest. As time went by, however, she likely became aware of her husband's double standards. He fulfilled his priestly duties, but he also abused his role to sleep with other women, which was a matter of public knowledge. 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 22. Now, heavily pregnant with his child, she heard the news, 1 Samuel chapter 4, verse 19, that the Philistines had slain her husband and captured the ark of the Lord. Typically, you would think that the death of a spouse would head the list of concerns, with every other consideration in the world receding in comparison. But this was not the case for Phinehas' wife. For this woman, the spiritual implications of the ark of God being captured far outweigh even the most distressing temporal concerns. Even the news that she had borne a son did not rally her, and so she named her child Ishkabab, which simply means no glory, or where is the glory? In her pain, disappointment, and loss, somehow deep inside, Phinehas' wife had laid hold of something that even those closest to her had not grasped. She knew that God's glory mattered more than Eli's name, mattered more than Shiloh, and mattered more than victory in a battle. As Dale Ralph Davis writes, she taught more theology in her death than Phinehas had done in his whole life. This woman must have lived in the presence of God when her husband let her down, and she was aware of the discrepancy between his public profession and his private reality. She must have run to the Lord, her very present help in trouble. Psalms 46:1. Otherwise, concern over His glory would not have been her response. What about you? Is God's glory and presence your greatest concern? Does the advance of His cause and honor of His name matter to you more than anything? This way lies real freedom, for it means you always look forward to life in the very presence of God, that city where there is no temple, for its temple is the Lord God, the Almighty, and the Lamb, and the city had no need for sun or moon to shine in it, for the glory of the Lord gives light. Revelation chapter 21, verses 22 and 23. In the details of your day, in the trials of life, and at the moment of your death, turn to God as your refuge and strong tower. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 10. Only then will we discover or remember that God's glory truly is our greatest hope and joy. Is that your greatest hope and joy today? I pray that the Spirit of God would make it so. because truly that is really what matters and what we should be living for. And that's the reading of our devotional thought for this 25th day of March, 2023. Those of you continuing to read the Bible in a year, Proverbs chapter 8 is your assignment for today, as well as 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verses 1 through 9. And may the Lord richly bless you. My name is Scott Orton.